Hey everyone, this is Adam Sweet with Soul Astrology, and today we have edition number 4 of the Anonymous Birth Chart Reading Series, a mini series of bite-sized readings based on charts and questions submitted by you all. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Here is today's chart, and the question that was submitted: is there a promotion in the near future? Great question. And let's take a look at what the astrology says. So, anytime we want to look at anything related to career, the first place we can go is the 10th house. The 10th house was the most, or is the most visible house in the birth chart. It is the house because of that visibility that represents career and public reputation and all things that we do out there in the world. So the sign occupying the 10th house is Sagittarius, and the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, and Jupiter is down here in Leo in the 6th house. The 6th house in ancient astrology was called the joy of Mars, meaning that if Mars is found located in that house, it is in its own joy, but also meaning that the natural significations of Mars are closely aligned with the topical significations of the 6th house. So when we have the ruler of the 10th located in the 6th, we can see that the native's career are going to take on many of those martial Mars-like significations like courage and perseverance. Also, the sign occupying the 6th house is Leo. So the willingness to individuate in the workplace. Then with Jupiter there, the planet of beliefs, we have a native who is probably of a belief that they can individuate in the workplace, persevere, and they have the courage to seek a promotion. Also, Jupiter rules the ascendant, so it's the ascendant ruler. So we see a native here who career and public reputation and their character, temperament, and personality are all going through this 6th house here. So a lot of perseverance and courage and beliefs that they can individuate and they want to shine and work hard in their place of employment. You can also always look to the sun for career, as the sun is the overarching life direction of the native or the plot line. But the next thing I want to do is pull up a recent eclipse, because this, I think, points out why that promotion might be on the native's mind. So we have an eclipse, a partial solar eclipse that just happened on September 21st of 2025. Anytime we see the sun and the moon conjoined within 18 degrees of a node, we know that there is a solar eclipse happening. The degree of this solar eclipse, as you can see here, is 29 degrees, and the native's descendant and ascendant axis is 29 degrees. So that means that this solar eclipse happened right on the native's descendant. Now, the ascendant and descendant are very sensitive points in the chart. They do not express light like planets, but what they are important points to look at for aspects or transits that are aspecting those sensitive points, and they can point to a very prominent event or circumstance or change in life direction happening when we see significant things like a solar eclipse happening right on that point. So, like I said earlier, the sun can often represent our career or plot line in life. And so when we see a solar eclipse happening right on a sensitive point in the native's chart like that, we could expect that there would be a dramatic shift or change in the native's life direction, plot line, or potentially career. So that sounds like a promotion to me if the native was seeking that promotion. I think another thing that is interesting in this chart is that we have Uranus the planet of sudden shifts and change, is aspecting within 3 degrees the sun, and that is more testimony to some sudden or dramatic change happening around that native's life. So I think a few more pieces of testimony here that I really like is we have exalted Jupiter transiting the native's fifth house in Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So the fifth house is the house that we associate with creativity and all things that we bring into the world through our creative acts, like children and pleasure and sexuality. So having Jupiter there, I love that signification for the native too, as well as a testimony to good things happening that they're wanting to bring creatively into existence in life. I mean, if we're not talking about a promotion here, because context is everything in astrology, and you never know what else is going on in this native's life, with that solar eclipse happening in the seventh house there, you have a very fertile Jupiter here in Cancer, and Uranus is down here in the fourth house, aspecting or activating the sun. We could also be looking at a major shift or change in direction of family. The fourth house is family or spouse. The seventh house can be the spouse. And with that fertile Jupiter here, maybe we're looking at a pregnancy in the family, which would definitely shift the plot line of the native's life. But since they asked, is there a promotion in the near future? Let's stick with those significations looking towards career. So I'm going to stop sharing here. I hope that you all found that very helpful and interesting, and we did some good work for the native today. If you would like to submit a question, please send your birth data and that question to adam@soulastrology.com, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it in an upcoming video. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.